Rick Rudman graduated in 1977. Rick played for the Blue Devils 1974 through 1976 at tight end. His team's records for those years were 21 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. Rick was named All-League in both his junior and senior years. His teams won league championships every year he played for Dolgeville. There were so many exciting plays by that 1976 team, and I'm going to stop right here. Of all the teams I've watched, and I've watched a lot of them, and Gary Ellis will agree that I've said this forever, that 1976 team was the best damn team I ever saw. And I can't speak for the 50s teams because I was too little. But I'll tell you, I watched the 60s team and I was part of the 60s. But that 1976 team, hands down to me, was absolutely superb. Now, if I can find my place. Rick was part of many. Here was one in particular versus Rome Catholic in the 3rd quarter. Doug Carr on the first play after receiving a punt at the DCS 49-yard line hit Rick Rudman for a long touchdown pass. In Rick's final game with Dolgeville, the team came from behind to defeat West Canada, 26-8. As the season ended, Dolgeville now had a 14-game win streak and had won 28 league games in a row, with their last league loss being in 1972. With this season now completed, Coach Walzak's teams had outscored opponents 1,374 points to 371 and had compiled a record of 51 wins, only 7 losses, and 3 ties over the previous 8 seasons. Now, like I said, as I've watched a lot of Blue Devils football teams over the years, and I mean no disrespect to any of the other football teams, but in my opinion, again, the 1976 team was one of Coach Walzak's greatest, and I am pleased to say that Rick Rudman was an integral part of that fabulous team. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Rudman.
Thanks, Dan. Actually, listening to you talk, I don't know that with humility being part of so much of the Dolgeville football, I would say that we had a ball with it. We really did, and I think about those days often with D-Car and Buck and Kevin Ellis and Rap Syke and some of the other guys on the team. We had a ball. Before, and I wasn't even going to say this until you started getting going. I'm glad I had a little time to get up here, so I didn't go into tears with my brother. You can't hear me, Coach?
No, you gotta speak up, Rick.
Okay, I'll take it out. There. Is that better?
Yes.
I'm not bashful. I can take it out. But I was hoping that I needed a few minutes to get up here because I thought I was going to go into tears with what I said. So what you said there wasn't fair. You got me. But I want to thank everybody for coming here. It's been a great experience. I haven't been in Dolgeville too much since we've left, and a lot of my roots are in Dolgeville. A lot of our values and integrity are in Dolgeville, and it's an honor for me to be here. Obviously, with my brother, I'm not going to repeat what he said because it will look like I'm copying him. Tim Pierce, I'm honored to be going in with him. I've known Piercy, affectionately known as Piercy, since I was 3. We grew up 2 houses from each other, and presently still live only a quarter mile from each other on a lake. So, oh, by the way, there's a party after this. One of the things I wanted to talk about is success in life. There are many, many values that you bring in life forward with you, and a couple of the values that I learned in Dolgeville football that's helped me in my success in my life. There's really 3 things. The first is is humility, and you didn't help me there, Stan, with the 76 team. The one thing I always remember with Dolgeville football, when you warmed up, you're in the end zone. All the guys know this. You're in the end zone. The captains are out there. You're doing your calisthenics. You're doing your business. You know what you're going to do. The other team is on the other side of the field, ranting and raving, trying to psych you out, going nuts, like they're going to psych you out, and then running around, yelling at you, pointing at you, and everything else. And we're just sitting there exercising. So by the time the first the play went off, and Coach always said, make the first hit your best hit to set the tone for the game. But by the time we got up there to take our first hit, the other team was so out of breath, I think we could have blown them over with a feather. The second thing is preparation. Stan, you talk about the team of 76, and you're right, but we came off a year where we lost a couple guys, a couple big linemen, Doug Poor and Rich Syke. And we were walking into a small, our team was small, but when we took the field, and obviously Coach put in the belly option that year, and I'm sure everybody knows about that. But when we took the field, there was no team that we got up with that was more prepared than Dolgeville. And that's a tribute to Coach and the coaching staff. Nobody was more prepared than we were. The last thing's teamwork. Nobody, especially in football, football is the ultimate team sport, and without your teammates, you can't succeed. So I've learned that through my life. I do have two complaints before I wrap up. Coach Walzak, you don't know this, and Al Izzo's here, and Tom Ranthman's here, and I was a manager on their team. Okay, I was a manager with Booger Johnson, and you still owe me my letter. And the other complaint I have is because we the 76 team, I think we were up so much by halftime that the starters on that team really only played half the game. So we all, on behalf of all of the starters of the 76 team, we're asking for another half-year eligibility. And in closing, I'd simply like to thank everyone again. It's been a great time. And Buster Tour, thank you very much for not killing us yesterday, driving around in the truck.
Maybe this will work better. Yeah, that's 70-60. To allude a little further to go along with what Rick had said about what Jerry put in the belly option, no one in the Valley and none of the schools we played against had ever seen it. And the very first game that Jerry used the belly option, Doug Decar had faked the pitch and taken the ball around the end and went into the end zone for a touchdown, only for the play to be called back. The officials didn't know he still had the ball, so they whistled the play dead, and Doug standing in the end zone holding the ball in the air, and we didn't get the touchdown. Well, one of those officials, George Pee Wee Jones, as we all affectionately know him, called a meeting of all the Valley officials, and he says, guys, whoever does a Dolgeville game the remainder of the season, make darn sure you know where the ball is before you blow the whistle, because that cost us a touchdown. Didn't cost us the game. Thanks, Ed, or Rick, for reminding me of that.